The wind carries with it the scent of the wild, untamed world, distant places where the unknown waits. The sky stretches wide, pale and endless, over the land of Macedonia, a kingdom caught between the rise of legend and the fall of mortal men. In this moment, it is the year 356 BC. A child, born under the eyes of gods and kings, stirs in the cradle of prophecy. His name is Alexander, though in this quiet, humble moment, no one can know the storm that brews beneath the surface of his soft, innocent features. His heart beats with the rhythm of something far greater than a simple life. It beats with the promise of destiny. The day is young, the air crisp, filled with the earthy scent of dew-kissed grass and the lingering aroma of fresh bread baked at dawn. The town of Pella, the capital of Macedonia, hums quietly as the sun rises over the horizon. A child's cry breaks the silence, the cry of a new ruler, not yet aware of his purpose, yet already pulling the weight of the future. His mother, Olympias, cradles him against her chest, her gaze soft yet unyielding. The future of a kingdom rests not just in the hands of a man, but in the heart of a boy destined to become something beyond kingship. The Journey of Alexander the Great, a sensory experience. Imagine a young boy, born into the ancient world of Greece, under a sky that feels vast and endless. The wind brushes through the tall grasses of Macedonia, where Alexander first learns that he is destined for greatness. The air is thick with the scent of olive trees, and Alexander's first steps are heavy with the weight of his future. He looks at his father, King Philip, whose voice booms with authority. Yet Alexander feels something stir deep inside him. Not the desire for the throne, not yet, but a hunger for something more, something beyond his father's shadow. The flickering flame of a candle casts shadows against the walls, as Aristotle, his teacher, speaks of philosophy, of the stars, of human nature. Alexander, wide-eyed, listens intently, feeling the fire in his chest grow. Power was not enough. He yearned for more. He longed for immortality. Fast forward to Alexander's youth, where he takes the reins of an army at the age of 20. The first battle looms ahead. The sun sets behind him, painting the horizon in a deep crimson. The dust swirls as he stands tall, his armor reflecting the dying light. His heart pounds with anticipation. He can hear the distant calls of soldiers preparing, the clang of swords and shields, the scent of horses, hot, wild, their nostrils flaring with nervous energy, fills the air. The ground beneath his boots feels solid, but the air is electric. A storm is coming, not in the sky, but in the hearts of men. As he gives his orders, the roar of the soldiers echoes in his chest. Their eyes look at him, not just as a king, but as their leader, a man they believe will carry them to victory. His voice rises above the chaos, cutting through the night air like a sword. They march into battle, the clattering of swords against shields, the thud of arrows in the dirt, the metallic taste of blood in the air. Each clash is a testament to Alexander's will, each moment a test of his leadership, of his vision, and as the battle rages on, he feels the weight of his choices, the sweat on his brow, the pain in his limbs, and yet there is exhilaration, a sense of power like never before. But as the battle ends, with victory in his hands, there is no moment of peace. What's next, he wonders, staring out at the battlefield where bodies lie, men who had fought for the same glory he sought. Is this really what he wanted? On the banks of the Indus River, Alexander's army camps. The air is thick and heavy, with a humid warmth that sticks to the skin. The soldiers are weary, bodies aching, minds exhausted. The distant sound of a drumbeat calls them to attention, but it feels hollow now. They've been marching for years. They are tired. Alexander stands on the edge of his camp, staring out at the river's flowing waters, his reflection merging with the twilight. Is this all there is? The question gnaws at him, a constant ache in the pit of his stomach. The flickering torchlight dances across his face, revealing the deep lines of weariness etched into his once youthful features. His eyes, once bright with ambition, now seem more tired. He hears the call of the men, their voices echoing across the camp. They want to return home, to see their families, to feel the earth beneath their feet again. Alexander, torn between his ambition and the loyalty he has for his soldiers, turns to them. But the silence that fills the air as they look at him speaks volumes. They're not just waiting for an answer, they're waiting for him to understand. The wind picks up, rustling the trees, and for a moment time slows. The Nile River whispers to him, its waters still and timeless. Egypt, the land of mysteries, calls him. Here, he stands beneath the towering pyramids, the earth below his feet heavy with the weight of history. And yet, even in this ancient land with its wonders beyond imagination, he feels no peace. The question remains, what is the point of all this? One night, as they rest after the Battle of the Hydaspes, Alexander dreams, a vision of the future but not of conquest. In his dream, he stands in front of a vast ocean, the horizon stretching on forever. The waves crash against the shore, relentless, just like his ambition. But instead of victory, he sees a figure in the distance. It's his father, King Philip, standing on the shore, silent, as if waiting for something. Alexander calls out, but his father says nothing. Instead, the winds pick up, drowning out his words, and the sea becomes turbulent. Is this the legacy he sought? A world full of conquest, but no true answers. The dream shakes him awake, his breath heavy. What was the point of it all? His gaze shifts to the soldiers who lie around him, their faces tired, their eyes closed. His men had fought for him, but now, for the first time, he sees that the power he sought is empty if he cannot bring them peace. As Alexander lies on his deathbed in 323 BC, his body frail and weakened by fever, he looks out of the window. The light of the setting sun bathes the room in gold, but he feels nothing. The crown lies beside him, unused. His soldiers gather around, their faces filled with sorrow and reverence. His eyes, once filled with the fire of ambition, now look weary and knowing. He turns his head to his closest companion and whispers, "To the strongest." His last words are not about power or legacy. They are a reminder that even the greatest of men must face the end of their journey. Now, as you sit back and think about Alexander's journey, what do you see? Do you see a man who conquered the world only to find that true peace cannot be claimed through power? Do you see a leader who learned that immortality lies not in the battles we win, but in the choices we make, in the lives we touch, in the meanings we give to our struggles? As you reflect, think about your own journey. What are you seeking? Power, glory, or something deeper?